Hello? Wait, can you hear me? Did that fix it? Wait, did that do it? Did that fix it? Okay, wait. Did that fix the audio? It it looks correct on my end. Oh, absolute celebration. Can we hear both my voice and the game audio? Is the question though. Okay, cool. Somehow the like it wasn't pulling audio from my microphone. Like I have no idea how the input changed from my microphone to nothing. That's so weird. Okay. Uh not not too much has I don't think I missed too much. It was just going through Fifi's testimony and it's mostly nothing. She's very much not cooperative with giving good answers to things. So alright. Alright, I'm glad we caught that fairly quickly then. How hard how hard would it be for him to recruit a dog on the inside or even plant one? Interesting. And does this dog have a name? Well, if I knew that, my life would be so much easier now, wouldn't it? Anyways, just a little thought. You can ponder it on your own time, sweet time, darling. Yeah, no, it's always something when attempting to stream, isn't it? She's a slippery one. I'm not going to be able to catch her with this line of questioning, it seems. What in McGrath's testimony is little more than a house of cards. I just need to push her on the right statement to bring it all tumbling down. Wait, I thought I pressed everything. I guess maybe I missed one last night? So I guess we're just going through it all again?
Hold it!
You seem very confident in your assertion. Why is that? Because all the other children in my home are absolute sweethearts. And they have faith in themselves and in one another. They have faith in the gods, in me, and they work hard every day to better themselves. None of them would dare commit murder. That is a very touching reason indeed, and I don't believe one word of it. But canines? Oh no, he's rotten to the core. He's the only one who would do something like that. No, I feel like we pressed everything. There has to be something I can present. Has to be like... Contains traces of blood, hidden by canine inside the mouth of his dog, has a small bell attached to it. Only 2 bells exist. One is attached to Helmet's dog, the other to Canis's knife, which was seized by police during his arrest. Can we present that on one of her statements? Stab the poor man to death. I don't know. Maybe the bell on this statement? Contains traces of blood.
Objection!
Nope. Rose. Oh, do tell. Gladly. You see the evidence, this evidence here. Looks to kill. What is this? I really don't think anyone could have done it but that dreadful man, canines. There's no telling what went on between... we do have the murder weapon. It's the chisel, not the autopsy report. It's the chisel with the bell on it. Contains traces of amount of blood hidden by canine inside his dog's mouth. Has a small bell attached to it. There's no telling what went on between him and the victim. Perhaps he simply took a disliking to him. He's certainly the type. But whatever the sword details, it was him. He stabbed that poor man to death. I expected Canine used the chisel that was hidden in the chest set, don't you? It would have been easy work for that vile assassin. And then he had his dog dispose of the body. That simply has to be what happened. Do we present the chisel here? Because she's saying it was hidden in the chest set, but I don't think the chisel ever was hidden in the chest set that we know of. I'm just concerned about willy-nilly presenting because my health is getting pretty low. I think I only have 3 or so health bars left. You know what? I'm gonna save the game. I'm gonna save it once here, and then I'm gonna go all the way down here, and I'm gonna save it again. And then this might be cheating, but if I get punished for this, I'm just gonna jump back in time. Gonna do a little time travel.
Objection!
Huh, that's so weird. How did I jump back in time? How could the dog have tied someone up in the well? I'm confused about her logic on that as well, but I'm not sure how... Like, I'm not sure... Shut up. I'm allowed to be a little cheeky. I'm not sure how we bring up how did the dog put the body in the well like that. I guess it would be presenting the trick. I guess present the trick on this final statement. That's the only thing I can think. Okay, what is it definitely not? It's definitely not my badge, or the building layout, or the chess set, or, I mean, it could be the chess set, because she brought the chess set up. It's not the glove. I don't think it's the door sensor. It's not the prison roll call. It's not Thought's bracelet. I guess it could be something with the chess piece. I don't think it's the prison search, but it could be. It's not the chess diagram. It's not the security camera footage. It's not the security gate. I don't think it's the tunnel. It's not the autopsy report. So yeah, I guess.
Objection!
Nope. Okay. I'll take the damage here. And he had his dog dispose of the body. That simply has to be what happened. Killed instantly by a stab wound to the throat. There's a small cut on his scalp from when he suffered a blow to the head. A sweet scent can be detected. Located in the power room just off the prison yard, were tampered with the night before the body was found. Photo of the tunnel between the prison and the detention center shows paw prints made by a bear. Deployed at the entrance to both the detention center and the prison proper, capable of detecting items made of metal. 3.5-hour gap. Knight was playing correspondence chess against canines. Did the two have some sort of connection? Sebastian Gabel and the warden searched the prison for any murder weapons, but couldn't find anything. Do we prevent the prison search on this? Because they didn't find anything while they were searching the prison, so how does she know about the chisel? Card for fun by Canine. He also seems to be engaged in correspondence chess via postal mail. Thought's bracelet wasn't working at the time of the incident and could not be detected by the sensors. Called 3 times a day. I guess I'm gonna try the prison search here.
Objection!
Nope. Okay. How opposed are we to me maybe potentially just glancing at a walkthrough to see the answer to this specific puzzle? How opposed are we to that? Also, I am going to reload that previous stage. I genuinely don't know. I don't know if it's because I forgot something that happened that like we discovered in the past, or I'm just stupid and missing something, but I genuinely cannot think of what it is. All right. If we're not opposed to looking at a walkthrough, I'm going to maybe potentially who knows if that's what I'm doing? Just glance at a walkthrough. Investigations 2, case 2, walk through. Yeah, I've heard that investigations have the problem where where it's not exactly clear what the answer is always. What's the fourth statement? Okay, I just had a revelation from the gods. I should press this statement. What can you tell us about those sordid details? We all know what Kanan did for a living. I doubt the killing bot gave him much trouble, especially if the victim was already injured. His neck, I think. Couldn't turn his head to the right, poor dear. They told me when they brought him in, anyway. They must make some sort of report to the warden when new prisoners are admitted. You seem keen for us to think you didn't know much about Knight. Ah, that's because I didn't, sweetie. And the victim was just simply a fun target for that monster, nothing more. Expert Kanan used the chisel that was hidden in the chest that told you. Pretty grisly business. Just imagine, the man probably didn't even have time to cry out. I see. Thank you for your thoughts. They were very helpful. Actually, I'd like to hear about them in a little more detail if you don't mind. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, you're making me blush. I could chat with you all day. Oh, don't look so nervous, darling. I'm only teasing, of course. We can talk about them some more. I received another message from the gods. I should present the pocket check set on this statement. Yeah, grisly business, says the woman with an alligator out in the open. Yeah, objection. It's the chisel that was hidden in that chest set, don't. I guess this makes sense. I guess. I guess. What in the god? You strike me as being more careful than the image you project suggests. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, please, call me Fifi, or Sweetie Pie if you prefer. However, I think you may have been a little less careful than you realize in this instance. Aren't you must be a adorable little creature? Don't be embarrassed. We're all family here. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't let her get inside your head. You said earlier that you didn't know much about Knight. In which case, I find it rather strange that you know about the chisel. Well, of course I do, darling. Do you think we don't judge prisoners when they come in? Then how did he get it to his cell?
Objection!
You're not talking your way out of this, Warden. That is entirely irrelevant, and you know it. A knight didn't bring the chess set into the prison himself. Yeah, Edgeworth gets so grossed out whenever any woman, like, essentially looks at him in these games. Dude is so gay. Women flirting with me. No, thank you. I'd prefer my husband, please. It was brought by Mr. Saint when he came to visit, and I wouldn't have had it with him when he arrived. What? I mean, of course, that when Mr. Saint came in, we...
Objection!
You took him. I find it hard to believe, because if you did, that makes your story all the stranger. If you found the chisel, why did you not confiscate it? There and then. Judge Gavel, did you tell anyone about the hidden compartment in the chess set? I did not. I'm so happy my wife is here. If no one leaked our findings, then how exactly did you learn about the chisel, Warden Magad? Because it certainly couldn't have been when you checked Mr. Knight or Mr. Saint on their arrival. Indeed. Such a thing would imply an intentional oversight if it had been found, yet let through. Precisely. So what am I God? And answer truthfully this time. Where and when did you learn about the chess set? If you won't answer, then allow me. I submit that you... All right, darling. There's no need to rub it in. You've got me, all right? Uh-huh. I questioned Knight. That was when I learned about the chess set. But please, you have to believe me. I did not kill him. One moment, Warden. This is a significant development. No, Newlet, don't scold my wife. That's my pretty wife. The court requests that you make a detailed statement on the record. Any objections, Mr. Edgeworth? None, Your Honor. Thank you, darling. We'll clear this up and I'll clear up this awful misunderstanding, I promise. Very well. Go ahead, Warden Magad. And please, tell the truth this time. Her lies are starting to wear thin. This is my chance to expose her. Alright. Let's see what Fifi has for us this time. I questioned Knight, but it wasn't anything serious, you understand? I make a point of talking to every newcomer to our little home. And Knight was no different. We just had a little chat, you might call it. After we talked, I had him taken back to his cell straight away. The more she lies, the more thoroughly she seals her fate. So it was simply a conversation with a new detainee. That seems entirely above board. Exactly, Verity, darling. I knew you would understand.
Objection!
Well, I don't. What proof do you have to back up your statement? I suppose we shall see, won't we, Mr. Edgeworth? You may begin your cross-examination. Okay. I said I questioned Knight, but it wasn't anything serious, you understand. I make a point of talking to every newcomer in our little home. Knight was no different, we just had a little chat, you might call it. And after we talked, I had to take him back to his cell. I guess this statement I'd press, because I don't like the pause.
Hold it!
How was he when you spoke with him? Oh, he was so open and honest, darling. What? That guy? Honest? He was talking about one croissant and promoting a pawn. I suppose he must have been hungry. And croissant and promoting a pawn. It seems he spared no one from his obsession with chess. Edgeworth, you are not one to speak on that matter.
Hold it!
So am I right in assuming that you talked tonight the night before the show? Exactly, darling. It would have been all around 3 a.m. on the 27th. Girly pop. Girl. Between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. Sweetheart, you're not making this any better for yourself. 3 a.m. That falls squarely within the laid out time of the autopsy report. Or nothing rather late for a friendly chat. Wouldn't he have been asleep? Normally, yes, but if you remember, a guard was attacked in his cell. We had to examine the scene of the crime, gather information. These things take time, sweetie. I assure you, he was wide awake. We all were. Regardless, I find it somewhat odd that you would choose to question him at such a late hour. Oh, you're such a diva, aren't you? Anyway, odd you think it is, I had to... Tim brought to me and this is what happened. You really insist on questioning every last thing I say. Sorry, Thief. He's like a dog with a bone sometimes. I'll be sure to scold him over this once we're done. Though, would you mind giving us a little more info, like where you had him brought? My office, of course. My house. Her office. Which is where we believe the body was moved from. Would you mind appending what you just said to your testimony? Anything for you, darling. It was around 3 a.m. the night before the show. I had them bring him to my office. So, like, I just present the autopsy report here, right? I'm just... The gay disgust is so real. I think I'm just gonna present the autopsy.
Objection!
Never mind, I'm stupid. Why would we bring up the... Why would we bring up the... Why would we bring up the fact that he was killed at 3 a.m.? Why would we do that? I make a point of talking to every newcomer in our little home. It has to be something on... It has to be something on this. They wouldn't just add a new testimony. Hi, kitty. We have nothing else mentioning that we think his body was moved from her office. Is it just his body? Or... Yeah, this... I can definitely see where people get frustrated with investigations.
Hold it!
Remind me, where your office is? You've seen the sign in the detention center corridor, I imagine. The one that says no entry? Sweetie, my office is just up there, and a short walk from the holding cells. I understand that. I understand that you also have access to the yard. Why, of course! It's where my gorgeous little curtain is! Oh, I see where you're going with this. You're saying that's how I moved the body. You have the means and the opportunity. It's hardly impossible.
Overruled!
Hardly impossible proves nothing. You have no evidence in this assertion.
Objection!
Alright. If we're suggesting saving, just in case we need to reload, I'll pop one in then. Alright, we're saved. Thank you for reminding me. There's no other way the body could have been moved. And surely you haven't forgotten that it was Mr. Saint who dropped Mr. Body. Okay, listen, every other Ace Attorney victim is like Mr. Dead Man. Or like Mr. Not Alive guy. Mr. Definitely a Corpse. So like, Mr. Body isn't out of the question here.
Surely you haven't forgotten that it was Mr. Saint who dropped Mr. Knight's body down the well.
Yeah, what she said. You're miles off, Edgeworth.
I probably shouldn't push any farther for now. I made a point of talking to every newcomer. Just had a little chat, you might call it.
Hold it!
How was he when you spoke with him?
Oh, he was so open and honest, darling. What? That guy? Honest? He was talking about 1% and promoting a prom? I suppose he must have been hungry. Mr. Sense's subtraction is hilarious. You win jokes for the night, I think, with Mr. Sense's subtraction.
En passant and promoting a pawn. It seems he'd spare no one from his obsession with chess.
Oh.
Hold it!
If he'd really gone back to his cell, he would still be alive today.
You really think I murdered the poor man right here in my office, don't you? But what would my motive have been, darling? I told you I barely knew him. I'm no angel. I have my grudges against demons, but nothing to do with that animal.
She really does hate canine.
What in regard? I must insist that you pen that statement to your testimony. Oh. I'm no angel. I have my grudges against canines. But Knight had nothing to do with that animal. Oh! Yes, he did!
Objection!
Oh! This is... Welcome to my love-hate ace attorney. The lows are so low, but the highs, oh, are they high?
Judge Gavel, I'd like you to take a look at this. Notes about a game of chess. What is the significance of this, Mr. Edgeworth?
It was found in Knight's cell, which is exactly where you saw it too, Warden the God. But you didn't just see the game in Knight's cell, did you? You've seen it in Mr. Canine's cell too. What do you mean?
Objection!
Oh, come now. Don't tell me you haven't taken a look at the chessboard in maximum security. I love that animation. That's incredible. I imagine you watch his every move like a hawk. Or rather, I'd imagine you feel that doing so is your only option. She wants to find out who his cronies are, right? Personally interrogating your own prisoners is highly irregular, to say the least. But as you said, Mr. Canines had threatened you. He had put your precious home at risk. That is why you took it upon yourself to question him. You wanted to find out who his dogs were. And so what if I did? You also told us that you read his letters, which means you must have known about one key fact. You knew he was playing correspondence chess. And then who should appear but Knight, carrying with him a diagram of a very peculiar game. We ourselves used that diagram to infer a connection between the two men. And it seems that you came to the same conclusion. But in your fear, you took reasoning one step further. You surmised that Knight was Mr. Canine's henchman, sent to kill you. Which is the real reason she had that chat with Bronxter. If his boss wouldn't crack, maybe he would. And when you questioned Knight, you made another discovery. For there, inside his chest set, you found a hidden chisel. The murdered weapon itself. As far as you were concerned, that chisel meant one thing. A canine. Thus, you convinced yourself that Knight was working for Canine. And that is why you killed him. I see you have no more excuses. Judge Gavel, your verdict, please.
Much as it grieves me, there would appear to be a little room for doubt. I hereby give my verdict. Bunko Knight was murdered by...
I love Sebastian's shocked sprite. His little like face and his hair sticking up is hilarious.
In the name of Goddess of Justice, who is it this time?
Oh. It's me!
Warden?
It's a joke. It's a big stupid joke. You people just don't get it, do you?
I think we've proven that it is you who didn't understand things correctly.
Please, darling. I understand it all perfectly well. Thank you very much. I understand that there is a glaring contradiction in your theory, Mr. Edgeworth.
You're just grasping at straws now. I have no time for this, Your Honor. The verdict.
Overruled.
I am curious to hear what the warden has to say. What?
Your dull Verity, if just had one more thing to say, Mr. Edgeworth can declare himself the winner.
You rang?
Does anyone remember a certain autopsy report?
Of course. We received the finalized version only this morning.
That's right. And I was listening to what you told us about it, Verity, even if nobody else was. You said the wound was 4 inches deep. That's what she said. Okay, hold on. I can feel. I know we probably have one more little thing to go through before we actually get to it, but I can feel the breakdown coming, and I'm gonna need some water before I go through that. All right.
4 inches.
Oh wait. Only this, Mr. Edgeworth. The tiny chisel make a 4-inch deep wound. I'm sorry, but I feel like if you stab hard enough, anything can make a 4-inch deep wound. Like, okay, their blade is at least like, what, 2 inches? You just push it up to the handle. That's not hard. Ugh.
Forgive me, oh goddess. I came perilously close to making a terrible mistake.
It's like your theory is the one that doesn't hold water, Edgeworth. What now, This is an incredible sprite as well.
What do we do?
He'll be fine. Mr. Edgeworth always comes through, right, sir? Hey, did we ever find out what Allie ate? Did we ever figure out which piece of metal Allie ate? I'd like to return to that question, please. And, check if there's some sort of weapon in that alligator's stomach. Looks to me like the Milestrone is out of commission. You're an attorney too, aren't you? Prep a creek without a paddle here. This might be the end of the road. I don't think she ate the weight. The weights were next to the pond, but I don't think she ate them.
We can't give up now. We have to do something. I'm certain that Warden Lagarde is the killer. It's the only explanation that fits the facts of the case. But if the chisel wasn't the murder weapon, what other bladed weapon is there in this facility? It seems we still do not have all the answers, nor the evidence to prove those answers.
Yeah, there were 5. We found there was one by the well, and there's 4 by the pond.
Alas, we must wait till trial to see this matter resolved, I'm afraid.
Objection!
I always forget what Eddie's actual objection noise is. Ah, come on. Gee, you're just giving the killer a chance to destroy the evidence.
Overruled.
Are you calling the judicial process into question, Mr. Fender?
Nope, not me. Nah. I tried, Miles. Any bright ideas? The alligator, please.
What is the real murder weapon? Since it's clearly not the chisel.
Confound it. This question throws everything we've deduced out the window.
Nothing to add, Mr. Edgeworth. Allow me to Allow me to remind you. That claims not supported by sufficient evidence are subject to the harshest penalties.
Wow, he's really thinking. Wow, he's really thinking.
It's hopeless. I can't think of anything. I need more time. As loath as I am to admit it,
Excuse me.
You can't give up now. Remember what Mr. Fender said. Simon's counting on us. Without us, he's... Remember how upset he was? He was devastated.
Oh God, what voice did I do for Simon? Are they gonna make him speak? I don't remember the voice I was doing for him, I don't think.
Nobody's in more pain than him over Mr. Knight's death.
Okay, good, they're not gonna make him talk. I have time to remember his voice.
There's no way he did it. But if we can't save him, who will?
I mean, us once it gets to trial?
And what's more,
He believes in us. He's sitting in that cell waiting for us to bring him some good news. And I, for one, won't walk away until we have some.
okay.
Cringe voice. Thank you. Very helpful. Gee, Miles, your little buddy's there quite the motivational speaker. And she's right, too. When you find yourself on the ropes, think of your client. Picture them pleading with you for help. Doesn't that make you want to fight back as hard as you can until the very end? Think of your old man. Good old Gregory. No matter how bad things looked, he'd always find a way to turn it around and save his clients. And you're just like him, right? If there's any way to force a turnabout here, you're the one who will find it. Simon's counting on you. They said the thing!
Judge Gavel. You seem to have recovered your composure, Mr. Edgeworth. But if you mean to attempt a defense, I would advise you to consider the ramifications. You have repeatedly proposed misguided theories and have made numerous false accusations.
Yeah, no, it's like if this case goes to trial, Edgeworth is just like, hey Phoenix, before you go and lose your badge by accidentally presenting false evidence, like, I have this case for you. The answer is so obvious. Like, I just need you to do the final heavy lifting for me.
If you do so again, I will have no choice but to judge you unfit to serve as prosecutor, and relieve you of your badge for good. If she's right, I have put forward a number of theories that proved to be flawed in one way or another. Have I made some sort of fundamental oversight? Wait, she said my theories were misguided. Nothing to say. The court will tolerate no more of your time wasting. I hereby,
Sir! Mr. Edgeworth!
give my verdict.
Oh shit, guys, Edgeworth died and went to heaven. Edgeworth, no! Don't go into the light!
That's it. I've been thinking about it the wrong way all this time. My theories weren't misguided. I was being misled.
Objection!
The defendant, Simon... I think it's a little too soon for that, Your Honor.
I'd say so, that's too, darling. Wouldn't you agree, Verity?
Mr. Edgeworth, you may proceed.
What? Oh wow, her evil eye for a second there. I'd like to remind you of a few things. The sighting of his dog, Helmet, shows the fact that he wasn't at the show. These and other factors made Mr. Canine the obvious suspect at first.
Overruled!
Is this again, Mr. Edgeworth? You seem most proud of your blunder.
Hold it!
But what if the real killer wanted us to suspect Mr. Canine? What if it was all carefully arranged? And what if the same was true of the chisel, our proposed murder weapon?
Ned had been stabbed multiple times in the same place with a bladed instrument. What if he was stabbed with a chisel after the real murder weapon had been removed? Just to leave traces of blood on it for us to find. That was how the killer misled us into thinking the chisel was the murder weapon. But why mislead us in this way? Why indeed? What makes us think the chisel is the murder weapon rather than whatever was really used? Why make us think the chisel is the murder weapon rather than what was really used? Because it is the murder weapon in order to get canine transferred, or in order to get night transferred, in order to get... I like that this one is the most obvious question ever. It's like, why is it the murder weapon? Because it is the murder weapon. No. In order to get night transferred, you mean the corpse. In order to get canine transferred. I am gonna save though, because it's been a moment and I'm getting dangerously low on health. Also, my cat just opened my door. Hold on. Okay. It's in order to get canine transferred. Warden, you took advantage of what the chisel seemed to suggest. What it suggested? What are you talking about, darling?
Hold it!
Mr. The Best, if I were to tell you that the murder weapon was a chisel, what would you think? Huh? That Mr. Canine is the killer? And there you have it. That was the trap the warden set for us. Ooh. Mr. Canine has a bunch of chisels, so she wanted us to think it was one of his, right? Indeed. That was her plan right from the start. To frame, Canine. I refuse to try to pronounce his first name because I know I can't. Your reasoning would appear to be sound. Warden Lagarde certainly seems to harbor a deep and abided hatred for Mr. Canine. However, I think you know what I'm going to say next. Give Sebastian a cookie for being smart. That alone is not sufficient proof that Warden Lagarde is the killer. I knew it wouldn't be enough. There's only one thing that will prove it. The real murder weapon that we know must exist. If you cannot prove your theory, then this conversation ends here. The alligator! Check the alligator! If we could just find the real murder weapon.
Objection!
How many times do we have to go over this? We searched the prison from top to bottom. Sebastian is quite correct. No other possible murder weapons has been found, so I'm afraid you're at a bit of an impasse.
Objection!
I can still prove my case yet, Your Honor, because it is still here inside this prison. This would have made sure of that. The security gates? I'm glad you at least remember what that is. And do you remember what it does? Andrea, stop being patronizing to your son. Of course I do. I'm not an idiot. The security gate detects metal, which means that you can't bring anything metal into the prison or take it out. Oh. Precisely. If there's another murder weapon, it cannot have been taken off the premises. But nor can it have been brought into the prison in the first place. I'd say we found ourselves right back where we began. Judge Gavel. What I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Edgeworth, is that if you wish me to believe that there's another murder weapon here in the prison... I like that it looks like the bird is eating her hair. I find that really funny. You will also have to explain to me how it got here. Alright. We know that the chisel was smuggled in the prison using a pocket chess set. But our connection... But our... Contention. But our contention is that the chisel is not the real murder weapon. So if the weapon came from outside the facility, then there must have been a way to bring it in. Yes. The question of the hour is this. Can you show me this alternate route? What did the weapon Warden the God use to get into the prison? You borrowed evidence from the police to help with your investigation, is that correct?
Why, yes, sweetie. Everything related to K9 is with me now. And not how many times I've hauled the security that secretive scoundrel into my office to talk to me.
Of course. That's how. The fact that this is here with us shows how the bladed object could have been brought into the facility.
The bell! The bell!
Take
It's
that!
the bell!
Allow me to remind you of our conversation with Mr. K9 today.
Yes, it was one. Yes, it was but one of my bells, one of only two in existence. Just two? Two and only two. One for my knife and one for my beloved helmets, exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. My ears are my guide after all, and I must be able to use my tools precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has long since been taken from me.
So you see, there is a way for the object to be brought into the prison unscrutinized, as part of the evidence Warden Lagarde borrowed from the police. What? And Mr. K9's knife was part of the evidence in the case against him, and so the evidence was here in the prison.
I just accidentally almost rolled over my phone charger. That would not be good. No, don't teach the sons with the alligators. That's not okay. Don't be like... That's something Blaze the Best would do.
Not only that, but the knife had a certain bell attached to it. The bell... The bell that was attached to the chisel. Correct. The killer took the bell from the knife and attached it to the chisel. But that can't be right. The chisel only had Mr. Knight's fingerprints on it.
Gloves, K. K, gloves exist, sweetheart. You wear gloves.
Easy enough to explain if the killer wore gloves. She made it look as if the chisel was the murder weapon and then attached the bell to it. In doing so, she made sure that all the evidence pointed to Mr. K9. And who had access to the evidence from which the bell was taken? Why, only the person whom it had been entrusted.
Who was it, sir? Who's been messing with the evidence?
I believe that would be you. Isn't that correct, Warden Lagarde?
That's exactly right, you know. Anybody could have set that up. Nope, these bells are one of a kind, two of a kind.
Objection!
Unluckily for you, that isn't quite true. These particular bells are unique because there are only two of them in existence.
What? What?
By attaching that bell to the chisel, you as good as declared yourself the killer.
And you don't have any proof that the knife was ever even here to begin
Hold
with.
it!
I don't. Not yet, anyway. Mr. the Best, I'd like you to order another search of the prison right away.
Huh?
But if you do find something, that's gonna make things awkward for me. This isn't about what is convenient for you. We have to find the truth. You are a prosecutor, aren't you? Well, yeah. But you know... This was an excuse for a prosecutor. If I had investigative authority, I wouldn't be sitting on it. Anyhow, it's not my decision to make. The warden would have to authorize it. You know full well that she will do no such thing, and you have the power to insist a search. Use it.
Edgeworth teaching his son how to actually be a prosecutor. Really, sweet darling, without that evidence.
The goddess of justice cannot bestow her blessing on those who lack the proof to support their claims. Our work here is done. The rest of the matter will have to be settled in the courtroom.
No, use the metal detector.
No. If we give Lungard the opportunity, she'll destroy whatever evidence is left. I have to object. I have to stop them. But what do I say? I don't have anything concrete to offer. What am I thinking? I'm never this reckless. No, I can't back down now. I've got to put everything on the line. I'm not the prosecutor right now. I'm associate attorney with a client to defend.
Yeah, we fell into the abyss. Ah, fuck.
Only I can save Mr. Saint, and that means... even if my chances are 1,000,000 to 1, it'll still be worth a shot. It is now or never. Should I object?
I'm gonna save. But normally when they ask you to, if you want to object, you gotta. Just being careful here.
I suppose this must be how a certain bluffer always feels.
Edgeworth mentions his husband. Damn it. Take a shot every time Edgeworth mentions Phoenix in a way without saying his name, like a serial bluffer. Dude, that's gay as fuck.
Regardless, I cannot walk away.
Objection!
Wait, Your Honor. This had better be good, Mr. Edgeworth. I've got it. Got what exactly? The real murder weapon, of course. I know where Mr. Canine's knife is. Do you really, Mr. Edgeworth?
I do. Not at all.
If I didn't know better, I would say that you were bluffing.
You moved me, Your Honor. I don't know the meaning of the word.
This is terrible for my heart.
There's no way you could. It's not here, I tell you. How do you know that it's not here, Fifi?
Well, would you be as kind to enlighten to us as where is the real murder weapon? Think, Miles, think. Somewhere not even the police would search. A blind spot in this zoo. A hiding place that the warden could absolutely be sure of. A pond full of water. An alligator. No, what am I thinking? I'm being ridiculous. A hiding place.
If you insist. Come on, Helmut, spin up.
Did she use the same trick? No, that's ridiculous, isn't it? But the more I think about it, how many foolproof ways to evade a detection could there be? Mr. Edgeworth, how long do you intend to keep us waiting?
Yeah, no, don't put knives in alligators, please.
There is the faintest possibility I'm right, but if I'm wrong, we stand to lose everything.
Your Honor, this is where the real murder weapon is hidden.
Take that!
Here, in the yard. Indeed. I don't believe I understand. Would you care to explain a little more?
Where exactly is the real murder weapon hidden? Hi, Allie. Absolutely great of you to come out of the water for
Take
this.
that!
Of course. That's where it must have been.
Huh?
Oh, what's the matter, detective?
It's the metal detector, sir. Sir, reacting to the alligator.
What?
How?
The metal detector was reacting to something inside her after all. Your Honor, I'd like you to remind you of this piece of evidence. The chisel?
Didn't we just figure out that it isn't the murder weapon?
You might recall that Mr. Canine hid this chisel in his dog's mouth. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden hidden much the same way? And that's right. The murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator in that pond over there.
What?
No way! We detected the presence of metal objects during our earlier investigation. Judge Gavel, we need to know what's inside that alligator.
Yeah, I don't think Fifi got consent to hide the knife inside Allie, but like, can we please rescue this animal from her, please? And then all of Fifi's foxes. I'd like her to not have pets.
Understood. Then we will need to summon a veterinarian.
I'm sure I could get the little sweetie to open up for us. I'd be happy to give it a try.
Please, by all means. Wooden Lagard. The real murder weapon is about to be revealed. Why not do the right thing and confess?
I have nothing to confess.
As you wish. Then you can simply wait and watch as your lies are exposed.
Sir, we got it. That's definitely a knife, and that's definitely more than 4 inches. That's what she said.
And that has to be it.
It is over, Fifi Lungard. The real murder weapon was Canine's knife, making you the only person who could have killed Bronco Knight. I'm not the criminal here. This is all Canine's doing. I did the right thing. Knight was a threat. He was his lapdog. The course is just typical man. Canine. Why did he have to come and ruin my perfect little home? We could have been happy forever if it wasn't for him. He ruined my paradise on earth. He ruined everything. Curse him. Curse that pitiless butcher. That awful, terrible, despicable man. Curse him. That was incredible. I think Allie just had the knife like in her mouth, so Regina just had to get her to open her mouth, but I'm not sure. Prosecutor de Best, sir, the test results have just come back. It's a miss. Oh, I don't know how this was translated for the best. Whatever.
The best. I guess we've all been under a lot of stress.
Traces of Bronco Knight's blood were found on Mr. Canine's knife. It's just like you said, sir. Congratulations on your stunning victory.
Thank you, officer. Excellent work. You can continue
Complimenting me if you'd like. Yes, sir, the winner wins again. I think I'm welling up a little. With rage.
Excellent work, Sebastian. Just a few loose ends to tie up and we're done.
Uh-huh.
What are you talking about? I just solved the case, didn't I?
I mean, blood, you can't just wash blood away. You have to use, like, bleach and shit. Don't ask how I know this. But, like, you can't just dip it in water and it goes away. You have to, like, you gotta use bleach and other stuff. So while you can't see the blood on it anymore, it's still there.
We have yet to confirm whether or not Knight really was working for Mr. Canine.
Don't ask. You don't want to know what I've been up to.
It will be vital to know if Warden Lagard was simply jumping to conclusions on that front. There's cluelessness, and then there's you.
Well, then I guess we better get back to our investigation. Alright, so sir, you're with me. You're about to see the best win a whole lot more. Prepare to witness first-rate investigative talent in action. Yes, sir. I'm right with you, sir. Can't wait to watch you at work. It's winning time. Aw. Alright, go have fun, Sebi.
I expect this case will cause quite a stir. The attempted murder of a president isn't enough, and now his would-be assassin has been murdered. But Knight never sought to kill the president in the first place. The truth is not always as important as it might seem, Mr. Edgeworth. In the eyes of both society and the law. How can you even say that? You do not have to believe me, however. As a prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth is obliged to accept that, and in this is the reality his world operates in. Being a prosecutor is about more than proving people guilty. That's what I believe. We are all free to believe what we choose, but the law is not to be toyed with for our own personal goals. You refuse to accept this, and then you must prepare to suffer the consequences.
What does that even mean? Wait, you're not gonna take his...
I'm afraid I must be going now. Farewell, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, goodbye, my wife.
Judge Gavel is right. There must be only one set of laws for everyone. But if following the law means sacrificing the truth, can I really do that in good consciousness?
Min, you're... Oh, and Buddy is here too.
Hi, Regina. Is everything alright? They did let you out, right?
Yeah. But I'm so confused about what's going on. Some guy just came and said I was free to go and that I have Mr. Edgeworth to thank.
You sure do. Mr. Edgeworth found out who the real killer is.
Wow, really? You did that for me, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh no. Stop staring at me like that. I'm innocent, I swear. Don't pull the rug out from under me now.
Stop it, silly. It's true. He saved you. So say thanks already.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you.
And the great big Regina Berry thanks. And a great big Regina Berry thank you. Me too. Mr. Saint is talking directly to me. Small victories, I suppose.
Can I ask just one question, Mr. Attorney?
Sure. I'm not actually an attorney, though.
I thought Bronco was my friend. No, my best friend. I trusted him, but now... Well, it's just... I never knew. I never would have believed that he could hate somebody enough to want to kill them. If he kept something like that from me, then he never really trusted me, did he?
That's not true, Simon. Of course he trusted you.
No, he didn't. If he had just told me, I could have stopped him. I could have told him that hate never helps. That he had to let go of all that stuff.
Mr. Saint, I think you're forgetting something. I should show him that thing that proves that Knight trusted him.
Ooh. Hold on. Okay, I'm looking at the walkthrough again. I really don't want to fuck this one up. Because I'd feel so bad if I accidentally, presented the wrong thing. I hate when I present the wrong things for these parts. So I am looking at the walkthrough for this. No! Crap! The walkthrough I had pulled up doesn't cover this part. Fuck! Captive Turnabout, epilogue. Or, pocket chess set. Alright.
Take that!
It's the chess set I brought for him.
A Knight had a hidden chisel inside. I imagine he meant to use it to its tip.
What? You mean he was using me?
No, he believed in you. He knew he could count on you to bring it, and that he would never be so and that you would never be so untrusting as to look inside. I imagined that by not telling you, he was hoping he could keep you from getting caught up in his mess. Oh. Bronco! Why didn't you tell me? At least you understand now, right, Simon? I'm sure he does. He may not show it, but Simon's no dummy. A good night's sleep and he'll be completely over this whole thing by tomorrow.
Yeah, we still have 3 more cases to get through for this bullshit.
That's not as complimentary as you might think it is. I'll try. I have to, for Bronco, to show him that I can become the best animal trainer out there. That's the spirit. Oh, I almost forgot. We're doing a new show soon. I'd love it if you could come, Mr. Edgeworth.
Max! The one, the only Berry Big Circus is back. Okay, missed opportunity to say the Berry Big Circus is Berry back, but okay. I'm just the smart marketing one here.
I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one.
That's right. The Berry Big Circus is the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have oodles of fun. It sounds great, doesn't it, Mr. Edgeworth? Come on, we have to go.
Well, I'll think about it.
All right, Simon, we've got some training to do. I think it's time for you and Reggie got acquainted. What? Reggie? The tiger? No way! I can't! No! Oh, you'll be fine, silly. You'll never meet a nicer kitty cat. I can't. Please, Regina, anything but that, please. Yeah, no, Kay and Edgeworth are so father-daughter. Another satisfied customer. Well, that was really something, Smiles. Talk about pulling it out of the bag.
I couldn't have done it without you, Fender. Without your timely intervention, she would have gotten away. Besides, I have to thank you for even being able to investigate this case in the first place.
Oh, stop it. Tack me on the bat any harder and you're gonna make me blush or topple over.
I suppose it would be asking too much for you to take this seriously.
Seriously? Miles, my friend, I'm always serious. Anyways, how does it feel to save an innocent client? That's what it means to be an attorney, after all. Again, Ace Attorney acting as if prosecutors aren't actually technically attorneys. Just they're prosecuting attorneys, not defense attorneys.
To be an attorney. He's aware that I'm an attorney as well, right?
Gotta say, I had a blast. Reminds me of the good old days. Like Gregory was standing right there beside me. It's been like a billion years since I felt that warm and fuzzy on the job.
That's good? Bittersweet? I'm not entirely sure.
Say, Miles, you ever thought about going into the defense game full time?
Excuse me?
You know, pick up where Gregory left off. Get out there and actually help people. Hey, pal, don't get any big ideas. Mr. Edgeworth ain't about to switch sides. Why not? Coming over to the light side's all the rage. Everybody's doing it these days. Come on, Mr. Fender. You know it's not about that. Chill, team, chill. Don't get it twisted. I was just asking a perfectly innocent question. No, you weren't. Heck, you were. Looks like you've got a mean defense team yourself, Miles.
Fender, I'm a prosecutor.
Yep, and I'm an attorney. You could be one too. You know, I know they mean a defense attorney, but they say it like it's so funny. This game is hilarious. Serious. Well, I've said my piece. Change your mind, you know who to call. I'll be waiting.
Nixie, can you be chill for 5 seconds?
Follow in my father's footsteps. Could I really do such a thing?
Oh, baby Miles!
I'm going to become a defense attorney, just like my dad!
Oh, Gregory! If... Ah. No, wait. No. Fuck. Bring it. No. Fuck. Well, guess we'll never know what Miles said there, because I was... I was gonna thirst over Gregory Edgeworth, but whatever. I was gonna ask if it's wrong for me to thirst over a dead man, but whatever. Turnabout Legacy. Turnabout Forsaken. Turnabout for the Ages. Alright, we've only been going for a little over an hour. Are we down to do Turnabout Legacy tonight? Or, I mean, at least start Turnabout Legacy tonight? Because I'm still feeling good. Alright. Alright. Turnabout Legacy. Let's start this party. Oh, I have to pick out a voice for Gregory, don't I? Because this is a flashback case. What shall we make today, kids?
Samson.
And Judy's
Bake and Bop.
Wow. They put actual voice acting in this game. Macaroons, waffles with cream, chiffon cakes that are as light as a dream. Off and singing. Smile is true. Oh God, over there. Whoever's got something special to share. Now let's see what we've got for you. I was gonna try to do. It was so fast. It's cooking time. Are you ready to make something special together? I think I much prefer a piece of cake than bake and bop. Wow. Talk about a blast from the past. Oh, baby Eddie! Hey, Gregory. I'm going back there tomorrow. With your boy. I'm finally gonna find out what happened 18 years ago. No, not 18 years ago! No! Not 18 years ago! Why is it always a period of years ago? April 2nd. 10:05 a.m., Zodiac Hall, Fountain Room. Oh, don't make me spend alone time with Eddie. I don't want that.
Oh, well, Thunder, are you finally going to tell me what we're doing here? Oh, why have you brought me to an art gallery, of all places?
Hey, you had nothing going on. Seemed like the perfect chance to come enjoy the magic of star signs. Of star sign stuff together. I'm leaving. Me. Chill, big guy. I'm just joking. You know about the IS-7 incident? Yeah? Your old man's left. No, not the IS-7 incident.
Of course. Von Karma took great pleasure in showing me the files as soon as I became a prosecutor. And I reviewed them again last night after your invite. See? I was also present at the trial all those years ago, though my memory of it is somewhat hazy.
Oh, look at the man! Now, okay. Now that is not quickly jumping away from me, like, we're all in agreement that Gregory Edgeworth was objectively attractive, right? Like we can all agree that this is objectively an attractive man.
As a child, I was completely in awe of my father. The sight of him in court was inspirational. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law, and opposite him.
No, am I alone in simping for Gregory Edgeworth? All right, I'll just listen. I don't know if Courtney's in this case. There's got to be someone I latch on to. It's not gonna be Eddie.
The man who would become my mentor, Manfred von Karma. It was quite a case. However, it ended with the conviction of the accused.
Ah, so you were there too. You were in the courtroom for Gregory's final outing. Wait, is that the case that had the earthquake after it? No, don't say that. Don't make me think about that. Well, that makes explaining things easier. I wanted you to know something, see? That something being what really went down. Not the truth in those files, but the capital T truth. It was 18 years ago. Smack dab in the middle of a real doozy of a winter. The buildings were covered with a blanket of snow. Looked like the streets were lined with popsicles. But things weren't so innocent behind those frozen doors. In fact, some pretty sordid stuff went down. Bum. Oh, it's the baby! This is back when yours truly was the fine figure of an attorney, you see, before today. "18 years ago. Oh, it's before color was invented. God, we didn't invent color yet. December 24th, 5 p.m., detention center, visitor's room. Hey, like 18, or it would be what? It would be 15 years from this moment is when Ridgeworth has the worst day of his life. Oh, hey, we invented color. Oh, I have to do a slightly younger Eddie. Hey, Mr. E, this one came out of the blue, huh? Oh. Okay. We take a vote here. Do I make Gregory British as well? Or does Edgeworth naturally have a British accent, or did he pick it up while living in Germany with the von Karmas? Should it be a von Karma trait? I do want to warn, I believe I am very quickly running out of older man voices. Oh no, we're at a split here. Oh, we're at a split here. God, it comes down to me. Do I make this man British or not? Okay. I'm not going to make him British for the fact that I don't know how different I can be. I don't know how different I could make it from Edgeworth's voice. All right, fine. You want a coin flip? We'll do a coin flip. All right. Alright. Alright, we're gonna flip a coin. Alright. Heads, we make him British. Tails, we make him not British. Wait, did I say... Wait, did I... Are we making him British? I forgot if it was heads or tails. I'm so dumb. No, I'm just incredibly forgetful. Alright, we're making him British, I guess. Alright. Alright, this might take me a few lines of experimenting as I try to find a voice that is similar to Edgeworth's, but not Edgeworth's. It did. We were called in the day before the ink on the arrest papers were even dry. My name is Gregory Edgeworth. I'm a defense attorney. I'm here visiting a client with my assistant, Eddie Fender. A murder on Christmas Eve? What is the world coming to? I mean, technically, Edgeworth should have a German accent from living with the Von Karmas, but I didn't think about that when I gave him his voice when I was like 5. So yeah, I've had this headcanon voice for Edgeworth for like since I first played the game. I did not know about him, about the Von Karmas being German when I first did that, so I did not think about that. It's too late to change now. We've gone too deep. In the dark of night, at the end of the day, I saw 2 timely favors coming my way. Oh god, what kind of voice do I give this bitch? Okay. What type of what type of voice does this dude have? What do you sound like? The fruitiest thing ever. Alright, let's figure something out off of the fruitiest thing ever and twink. You guys are so helpful. Am I just gonna make every character in this game vaguely European with my voices? It feels like what it's coming to at this point. Welcome, my friends, to the visitor's room. And if we're not friends yet, I'm sure we will be soon. Whoa, talk about an entrance. I was not expecting that. And neither was I. Sorry if I surprised you. I'm just so happy to see you both. Thank you so much for coming out. Seriously, I can't thank you enough. I forgot how much I love faces in Ace Attorney. You are the accused, I take it? I am. Gregory Edgeworth, attorney at law, at your service. I look forward to representing you. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. Pleased to meet you, sir. I'll do everything I can to help. Calm now, Edward. Calm down, please. You'll have to forgive him. He's still pretty new to this. He's been helping me out part-time, but he's far from fully fledged loyal material yet. Nonetheless, I'm hoping he'll be of some assistance in investigating this particular of cases. Gregory and Eddie, it's an honor to meet you both.
My job as a defense attorney is to serve my clients from wrongful convictions. So the first thing to do is establish whether or not he is truly innocent. Perhaps we could begin by having you tell us a little about yourself. What am I thinking? I haven't even told you my name. I am Samson Tangaroo. Okay, hold on. I'm Googling this dude's original name. This can't be. This is ridiculous. Okay, his unofficial English translation was Jeffrey Master. Oh yeah, I don't know which is worse. I don't know which is worse. I don't know if Jeffrey Master or Samson Tangaroo is worse. I'm Samson Tangaroo. Is it really you? Samson Tangaroo, the world's greatest confectioner? You flatter me, young friend. And call me Samson, all my pals do. Whoa, thanks, Samson, I will. I can't believe I'm meeting you in person. It seems that he knows something of our client. Mr. E, it's the Samson Tangaroo, the singer, dancing, confectionery making sensation. Jeffrey. What shall we make today, kids? Aww. Yeah, it's spelled like kangaroo, like kangaroo, but it's Tang, like T-A-N instead of K-A-N. I didn't read any of that. Macaroons, waffles with cream, chiffon cakes that are light as a dream. Laughs and singing, smile, it's true, all the sweetness waiting for you. Look there. What, where? Over there. The oven's got something special to share. Now let's see what we've got for you. It's all right. We've decided that we've somehow become worse than Jeffrey. Wow. It's attorney localization team, my beloved. Moving on. Moving on. My apologies, but I think we need to discuss the matter at hand. Of course. I'm sure you're both very busy. Alright, where would you like me to start? Tell me about yourself. So you're not just a confectioner, but also a singer and a dancer. I sure am. When I'm having fun, my body just starts moving. You must really enjoy making desserts. Wouldn't be much of a confectioner if I didn't. I live to make sweets that will bring joys to others. Hey, they're not just things, they're works of art. Sparkling, dazzling, mouth-watering creations. Stuff that dreams are made of. So he aims to create joys and inspirational pieces, does he? Alright, about the incident. I understand that the incident in question happened at your mansion. It did. We were holding an international confectionery contest there when a body was found inside one of my creations. Oh! Oh! Oh!
Newblad and Riosely realize that teapots aren't the worst. Also, this is horrific. I hate this. I admittedly listen to a good amount of like true crime stuff because it is something that does interest me. I very much enjoy psychology. I enjoy getting into the like psychology of people who do commit murder. Whenever bodies are hidden inside things, always the worst. Oh yeah, no, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, this is not. Oh, inside one of your. No way.
The detective in charge placed me under arrest because of it, and now here I am. But I could never take a life. Never. I'm sure that the police will see that too in time. They'll realize their mistake.
I sure hope so.
And what can you tell us about the victim? His name is Artie Frost.
Okay, not your worst victim name, Ace Attorney. Yeah, I know about all the various people who have made skin suits. Ugh. Gross. Ugh. Oh. Did you ask your barber to fuck up your haircut when he went in? What? Oh, you should not have a rounded haircut, my friend.
He was taking part in the contest. Mr. Frost was a wonderful confectioner. His creations were a thing of real beauty. I just don't understand.
He does look like he smoked a pack a day.
Why did he have to die?
I'm sorry.
He seems genuinely upset over the victim's death.
I think I have a pretty good measure on the man now.
And Mr. Tangerow, there's just one last thing I need to confirm with you.
I go to the bar daily. Yeah, no, Mr. Frost did not look the best before death.
You didn't kill Mr. Frost, correct? Correct. I swear to you that I didn't do it. Like I told you, I could never take a life. Never. You seemed quite sincere. Alright. I'm going to take you at your word. Thank you for being so forthright with me. Likewise. It's good to talk to someone other than those detectives.
We'll head to the scene of the crime and see what we can learn. We'll be in touch when we have something more to tell you.
Goodbye, Gregory. Goodbye, Ada. I'm counting on you both.
Guys, we realize we're bullying a dead person, right? Like, I'm 100% down for it, but I just want us to be aware, this is a dead man.
It's pretty cold out there, huh, Mr. E? I never saw so much snow. Yes, and it doesn't seem like it'll be letting up anytime soon.
Look at this place. What a sweet house Phantom got.
It's huge.
Yes, big enough to hold an international confectionery contest, no less.
Welcome, everyone. Come on in. We'll have some fun.
Oh, no. Oh, okay, what voice do we give her? What type of voice do we give this beautiful lady? Has to be something very sweet and light. Excuse me. Wow. Hmm. Something Western. French I can try something vaguely French. It's not gonna be good, but I can try.
Are you alright? I'm sorry. Would you happen to be Mr. Gregory Edgeworth by any chance?
I would. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Eddie Fender, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant.
Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, welcome to our humble abode. Judy Bound, it's an honor to meet you both. I am the housekeeper here, and Mr. Tangler's assistant.
We're not housekeeper. You're Judy Bound, the Judy Bound.
You know a little something of my work?
A little. I watch you on TV every chance I get. I'm Bacon Bob's hugest fan.
It's very kind of you to say so. We'd be nothing without our fans.
And what might Bacon Bop be? Fucking old man. Old man Gregory Edgeworth. It's only the biggest show on TV. Every kid on the planet loves it. How old is Eddie in this case? 18. Okay, 18, 39, 38. I'm sorry, this man is not 38. Dude, whatever you're doing in life, slow down. The dynamic duo of Samson and Judy make the delicious sweet stuff all while singing and dancing. Like this, check it out. What shall we make today, kid? Oh, I'm not doing this again. Don't make me do this. Cookie dough, caramel too. Fluffy chocolates, cream, tiramisu.
Everyone, come along. Making treats with a smile and a song. There, oh, what? There, it's true. The oven's got something special for you. Just take a bite, and you will see. It was wonderful performance, Mr. Fender. Bravo.
What is the WAP?
Eddie,
I need you to explain me. What is the WAP? I drive along every time I watch the show. Perhaps Miles might enjoy it too? I'll suggest it later. No, Edgeworth is too busy watching Steel Samurai. All this dancing really takes it out of a guy.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm the world's worst host. Here, nothing relaxes the body and mind quite like a cup of tea.
Now I want a cup of tea. Aww. This is Ceylon, correct? It's delicious. Its citrus aroma is said to improve one's ability to concentrate, as I recall. Interesting. So this is what silent tea tastes like, huh? How odd. The sauce was cold.
Yes, it's so that the tea cools down more quickly. I'm afraid some of our guests don't like it too hot.
I see. These teacups are very unique, too. The design is really something.
You think so? Thank you so much. I ordered them all the way from France. They're my absolute favorites. They were designed by a marvelous sculptor named Paul Halik. Paul Halik, have you heard of him? He makes the most amazing tableware in the world.
You're clearly a big fan of his work.
Oh, I am. These teacups are my greatest treasure.
She's certainly not afraid to share when she's passionate about something. If you don't mind, Miss Bound, I'd like to move on to the reason we're here.
Can you tell us everything you know about the unfortunate incident that occurred earlier? Of course. I'm sorry for getting distracted. I guess I'm still in shock. Because I'm the one who found the body, you see.
Yeah, no, a star-shaped cup is horrific. Like, oh, I don't care how hard you try, you're never getting those corners completely clean. You're never getting the corners completely clean. It's always gonna be at least a little ucky. Ugh, nope. If someone hands me a star-shaped teacup, I'm dumping it out.
You discovered the victim. Is it true that the body was recovered from inside one of Mr. Kangaroo's creations? It is. We were in the middle of the contest's final, the judgment phase, when I heard the sound of something collapsing coming from Samson's room. Samson, are you in here? I opened the door and went inside, and it was Mr. Frost's body.
Yeah, no, you'd have to, like, soak the cup in water the second you stop drinking it, and then, like, pour more boiling water in it, and then, like, scrub really hard with, like some sort of, like, cylindrical, long, scrubby thing. I'm not sure. And then I still don't know how much I'd trust it.
Thank you. I'm sorry to make you relive such a traumatic experience.
Think nothing of it, please. I only wish I had more to tell you.
Now, if you don't mind, Miss Brown, I'd like to begin our investigation of the crime scene.
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, Mr. Fender, you have to save Thompson. He's no murderer. He could never do something like that.
Of course.
Leave it to us, Miss Brown.
Thank you so much.
I'll go serve the others their tea then.
Come, Eddie. To the scene of the crime.
Yes, sir, Mr. E. Oh my god! Sorry. I'm not sorry. I want it to be known. I'm not sorry. Oh my god, Bad is here. I forgot. Oh! I didn't think they put Bad in this case. Oh my god. Can you tell I really like Detective Bad? Ooh. Oh, and there's some other guy here, but oh my god, it's Detective Bad. No way. Everything in this room is made of chocolate. I can't believe I'm getting to see so many of Samson's creations up this close and personal.
I might be more excited myself if the room wasn't a murder scene. Ugh, just hearing you say that sends a shiver down my spine. That might just be the temperature in here. It's rather cold.
Yeah, no, okay. If we can't unanimously agree that Gregory Edgeworth is attractive, then we have to unanimously agree Detective Bad is so fucking hot. Like, have you seen this man? I will simp for either version of this man. Do not. Oh.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it's pretty chill. Achoo!
Oh. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello.
Fence on the scene already. That was fast.
I love Gregory's little bow he does.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm Gregory Edgeworth. I'm representing Mr. Tangrove. This is my assistant, Eddie Fender. Nice to meet you.
Oh. Oh, wait till you see what he can do with that cigarette. That cigarette. Wait. Oh, I love this man. It's a lollipop. That's not a cigarette, that's a lollipop. Oh. Woof. Moving on before I say something really degenerate.
Nice to meet you. Bad. Detective Tyrell Bad. The detective in charge is named Bad, a man of few words.
Oh my god. Oh, I forgot he did that. That's hilarious.
Ugh, something about this just doesn't taste right. You eating your notepaper? He likes to chew over his thoughts rather literally. I'm afraid it helps him to digest and remember them. It's a little quirk of his. Please try to ignore it. Although I'd be the first to admit it's easier said than done. With introductions out of the way. Detective Bad, would you mind if we joined you in investigating the sea?
Please. Please.
Sorry. Not gonna happen. What? How come? Mr. Edgeworth is Mr. Tangro's attorney. Yeah, and attorneys will do anything to get him off the hook. Even put words in their clients' mouths. You think I need that on my crime scene? Mr. Edgeworth would never do something like that. Nah, I don't trust attorneys. Okay, kid? Detective, you established my client's supposed guilt based off an investigation of the crime scene, correct? That's usually how it works, yeah. What of it? And then extend me the same courtesy. I believe he is innocent and would like the chance to prove it. You believe he's innocent, and you didn't even see the scene yet? That's some flimsy lawyering.
Whatever you say, sir. Look at him. Look at him. Oh.
And that's exactly why I wish to see the scene for myself. I need to ensure that my belief is based on solid evidence and sound reasoning. You're about to tell me you're not leaving until I let you look over the scene? I am. Fine. Knock yourself out. Thank you, Detective.
See, it's not a cigarette, it's a lollipop. He's so hot. Oh, he's so hot. Oh, I 100% agree, Gremlin. Bad gets so much, like, dude is like fine wine. He gets hotter as he ages. This is a man that keeps getting more and more attractive the older and older he gets.
But I'm coming around with you.
Yes, please. Please.
Like I said, I don't trust attorneys. If you're good with that, then go ahead and get to it.
That was a lollipop this whole time?
I must admit, I didn't see that coming either.
Okay. I'm going to need to get a drink of water. Doing Bad's voice actually really does hurt my throat.
We better get started then. I'll need you to take notes, Eddie. On it, Mr. E.
Let's get this over with. All right. Begin investigation. Oh! I get to walk around with Detective Bad. Hello, Detective. Hello. Okay. 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 We are going to take a quick 5-minute break so I can go refill my water bottle. And then and then we will continue. Kitty. All right, I'm back. All right, I am back. Let's. Hi, Detective Bad. I'm gonna try to calm down. I'm back, and we can now get back into the investigating. All right.
And you are.
All right, what voice do we give this guy?
Hi, Kitty. What are you doing?
Hmm. We have gotten the water to quench the thirst. And if Detective Bad keeps being in this cave, we're gonna need a lot more water. Nope, that joke's staying in my head. Oh. What? Mafia people from A Hat in Time. I like vaguely know their voice, but I'm gonna try to Google it. Hi, kitty. My cat is being very, very cuddly right now. Um, okay. Okay, I think I have an idea. Sorry. Meditating. Did you want something, detective? Oh, I'm an attorney, not a detective. Gregory Edgeworth. A pleasure to meet you. And I'm his assistant, Eddie Fender. I see. Name is Carmelo Gusto. I see. Name is Carmelo Gusto. I'm a confectioner, here for the contest. You are? What's your specialty, Mr. Gusto? Oh, it's yours. The art of air and sugar. No way. Look at that. It's a little baby seahorse. It's a dragon, a noble soaring creature of the skies. That's a dragon? Oops. It does look more aquatic than airborne. No need to sugarcoat it. My design sense is weak. I know that better than anybody. That is why I'm heading to Zhengfa. When all of this is over, I need to train. Hard. Perhaps we should get off the subject of his design sense for now. So, what are you doing here, Mr. Gusto? I didn't think they were allowing civilians on the scene yet. Detective wanted to know more about one of the pieces in here. Makes sense, seeing as he's a contestant. Perhaps I should ask him a few questions of my own. Okay. Tell me about yourself. Those are some interesting implements you use, Mr. Gusto. It's a chicken! Sugar blowing pumps. They pump air into the sugar. It's so cool. It's like watching a swords master do his thing. I am no master. Not a day goes by that I don't hurt myself in one way or another. Yeah, I did know that about the seahorse dragon thing, and I think I learned it through something relating to Nublet. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I remembered finding that very cool. Wow, Jesus, dude, this is a metal-ass line. That's why I wear red. That way it doesn't matter when I make a mess. The way of the confectionaire is a lonely one. You never stop learning, not until you die. The way of the confectionaire sounds like a long one too if he's still injuring himself on a daily basis. Tell me about the contest. What can you tell us about the contest? Based on what we've seen so far, flavor doesn't seem to be the only criteria at play. The contest was Tangro's idea. It's about art. Confectionery as art. Confectionery as art? Art you can eat. Every part of it. Every single item in this room is edible. Are you edible? Is your hat edible? Also, I just noticed the scar goes through his hat. The whole place does kind of smell like chocolate. Tangro is genius. Tangro is a genius. A once-in-a-generation talent. Flavor and flair. He has it all. And if you can't outdo the god of confections himself, you can't win. I don't know, man. Beating out the greatest in the world seems kind of hard, yeah? He does look like his village was recently burned down. As it should be. Whoever beats him becomes the greatest in turn. That's the real prize here. Nothing else matters. So you're competing for a title, effectively. And a treasure. The ultimate cookbook. Tangro's most prized possession. If you want to know more, it's all written down here. Listen. I know cannibalism is technically frowned upon, but like, if he's made out of chocolate, then I don't think it's technically cannibalism. It's a list of rules that were given out to contestants. All right, we got rules. We found rules. Let's look at these rules. All right, the prizes: the ultimate cookbook, the title of world's greatest confectionaire. Rules: judging will proceed clockwise from the leftmost room. All contestants together in Mr. Tangro's room when judging ends. Non-confectionery items may not be used as decoration. Stands and display material will be provided. Contestants may not enter another contestant's room until judging has been completed. Alright, easy enough. Tell me about the incident. Sorry, I do not know much about what happened. I only heard about it after the judging was over. How was the judging organized? It started at 3 p.m. Tangro began making the rounds right after then. He left his own room and then worked his way around the venue clockwise. So wait, was Tangro a contestant as well? Because that feels very unfair for him to be both a contestant and a judge. Gusto's room, Scone's room. Someone here is named Scone? Alright, 8th Attorney localization team. We're getting a little lazy with these food pastry names. He left his own room, then worked his way around the venue clockwise. My creations were the first to be judged. After that, he went to Scone's room. She's another one of the contestants. Oh, what can you tell us about her? Ruthless, brutal. There's nothing she wouldn't do to win. Like murder? She was working with Cream. Some kind of dreamscape? Then, last of all, Frost's room. His thing was flavored ice. Sculptures with time, or so I heard. Boundfod found the body, while Tangro was still making the rounds. Delicia Scone. Dude, if that's her actual name, I might be legitimately mad. She panicked. Ran to call the cops. Tangro went right on judging. Claims he didn't know a thing about it until afterwards. Went ahead and looked over the victim's work, even though the guy was nowhere to be seen. Pretty suspicious behavior in anyone's book. I don't have enough information to challenge him on that yet.
By the way, Detective Bad, what were you and Mr. Gusto talking about earlier? I was going to ask about the piece on the wall here. The one in the frame. That's her fan name? I'm so curious as to what her official translation name is now. Because they kept Scone. Scone remained the same. Seemed like something was off. Thought I'd better ask somebody who knew about the stuff. Oh. Oh, hey. Okay, I could be crazy here, but that handprint looks a little off. I don't know, I could be wrong. But then you bozos showed up and pulled me away from my very important work. A diary of despair. Me. Perhaps we can take a closer look at it together. Can't take a hint, can you? Mr. Gusto, would you mind helping us out? Of course. A confectionery is my life. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Hi, kitty cat. What are you doing? Are you being crazy?
I don't know. Maybe we should look at the handprint.
Are these finger marks? Yeah, but we don't know whose yet. Still haven't figured it out. And no fingerprint, no ID. Finger marks without print. They could certainly be important to the case. It's a real head scratcher, all right. Not really. I'm guessing whoever it was wore gloves. Aw. With your sense of romance, of adventure. There doesn't tend to be much of either at a crime scene, Eddie. What's these? Looks like a fire alarm. Yeah. Before you start prodding it, it's not made of chocolate. Push it, and bells will start ringing. People will come running from the security room. A whole bunch of hassle. So don't. I know you want to, but don't. Honestly, the thought hadn't even crossed my mind. Typical attorney. What does being an attorney have to do with anything? Oh, I just realized. There's a gold leaf here, but not here. Who knew you could make a pretty picture out of chocolate? Something's really got him on men. Is it really made of chocolate, though? It looks far too much like regular illustration to me. You have a good eye. I'm impressed. This is not a piece of candy. That's the ultimate cookbook. The ultimate cookbook. In other words, the grand prize. So what? It's not made of chocolate after all? No. The book is simply enframed in some. Tangro showed it to all of us when he gathered us here to explain the rules. So the participants knew that the grand prize was in this room the whole time. Anyway, you see it too, right? The frame is... something's missing. The oddity Detective Bad was going to ask Mr. Gusto about earlier. Yes. You're right, Detective. Something is missing from this frame. So it's not just me. Huh? What's missing?
Oh, I love this sprite. I love getting to see other characters with the... I don't know what to call this, but whatever it's called.
I'd rather show Eddie which part of the chocolate frame is missing from chocolate.
Take that!
Oh! They just keep it in chocolate for the theatrics.
Look at the decorative work in the corner here. Something's missing, no? Oh yeah, it's different from the other side. That's not like Tangro. The balance is all wrong.
But that's not all. Take a look around.
Every confection in this room is missing something small, some small bit.
Is it? Oh, hold on. The wheel is missing a thingy. I can't see the compass well enough to figure out what it's missing. Can't tell what the globe's missing. Huh. When did it melt? Yeah, probably. But, I mean, I'm assuming the room is kept fairly cold. You're right. The candle holder, the nautical stuff, they're all like that. Did somebody deliberately damage them? That's a very good question. Or did Tangrowth just want it to look like somebody messed with his work? Oh, wait, Or did Tangrowth just want it to look like somebody messed with his work? He'd never do that to his own creations. Never. Could this have some deeper meaning for the case? Achoo! Are you alright, Eddie? Yeah, but it sure is silly in here. No, I don't feel anything. I have this sick-ass coat to keep me warm. Yeah, I'm assuming the book was, like, covered in is, like, meant to be, like, in a plastic sleeve. But I'm not sure. They could have just completely fucked up the book, too. Who knows? Yes, it wasn't exactly warm out in the fountain room either. But it's even colder in here. Would you like to borrow my jacket? Aww. Gregory really is just the father of all time, isn't he? No, I'm fine. And besides, you said you'd give it to me when I finally got my attorney's badge. I did, didn't I? I would like to borrow your jacket, Gregory, or Detective Bad's jacket. Either works. I'd accept either. I'd borrow either of their jackets. Why do they have the heat down so low? Probably to stop the chocolate from melting. Don't make me be mean to you. Don't ask dumb questions. Chocolate needs to be kept at the right temperature. Take a look behind the panel on the wall. What panel? Yeah, no, how? I mean, I guess in the years since Gregory died, there was time for Eddie to fall off the right path, but yeah, it's... You think Gregory Edgeworth, the father of all time, would be able to instill some humanity into this boy? Look at that! It was here the whole time. There's one in each contestant room. Tangrowth hid them so they wouldn't spoil the aesthetic of our works. And what do the controls do? They adjust the temperature and the lighting. It goes all the way down to negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Cold enough to keep any confectionery from melting. So in effect, each room is a giant freezer. Ugh. I hate the cold. Ugh. Dude, it's negative 8 degrees where I live right now. It's so fucking cold here. Ugh. I hate the cold. It's 59 degrees in here? No wonder I'm cold. Hey, Detective Bad, you, mind if we turn it up a little? Preservation of the crime scene is the foundation of detective work. But I'm not a detective. Yeah, no, the cold sucks. Cold be bad. The same goes for attorneys, Eddie. We mustn't disturb the scene of the crime. Get used to the cold. It's all part of your training. Chocolate needs to be kept between 59 and 65 degrees. There's no way around it. Huh. You know the temperature by heart? Huh. Guess it's your job. It's the very least I should know.
Any real confectioner should be able to tell you that and more. Alright, what about lollipops? And cream? If it's not too hot or humid, a lollipop should be just fine about anywhere. Cream needs to be kept around 50 degrees. Need to watch out for heat and humidity, huh? Duly noted. Detective Bad kind of brightened up when he was talking about lollipops, didn't he? I suppose he must be very fond of them. I don't believe there's any more to be found around here. Cool. Alright. What else is there to investigate? Let's look where the body was found. That's probably important. So this is where the body was discovered? Yeah. I took it away already, but everything else just how we found it. Alright. It appears the body was indeed inside the treasure chest. Yeah. Woman by the name of Bound found it. Samson, are you in here? It seems she heard something break and then came in to see what it was. It's probably that. If only we had just a little more information. There's something else here. Oh yeah, what is that? Huh, it looks like a seal of some kind, with somebody's initials and an intricate shape carved into it. HP? Is it for marking those fancy wax things on documents? Do you think it belongs to the victim? Yeah, they took the body out of the treasure chest. They do that pretty quickly on crime scenes. You gotta get it down to autopsy. No idea. But it's gotta get logged anyway. So I'll take that. Feel added to the court record. One of the stands for the ship is broken. The ship must have collapsed onto the treasure chest and smashed it open. Wait, do you think... Would that be how the victim died? Was he crushed by the ship? If he was, this becomes more of an accidental death and not a murder. You too serious? Don't worry, detective. For the moment, we're simply discussing a possibility. I was being serious, though. Eddie, you're a dumbass. Dude, the police didn't have their outline tape, so they just grabbed some tasty icing and marked out the shape of a corpse. Detective, can you tell us a little more about the state of the victim's body? Let me see. Got a picture here someplace. You can see it for yourself. Death was from blunt force trauma. And what about the weapon? Who borrowed this? Okay, wait, let's discuss, just in case Von Karma does show up. Do we give him a German accent the similar way I give Franziska a German accent? Because, like, I know most people don't give him a German accent. But if we're down for me doing my German in heavy quotation marks accent, I can try to give Von Karma one. I don't think I've ever done one with a deep voice. Full German? Alright, we'll try our best. No skin off my nose. It's not like it's official. Bound took it with an instant camera when she found the body. An instant camera? Like, it's disposable or something? No, it means that it develops the pictures right then and right there and then when you take them. Oh. I guess this would be what, 2000 and... Oh, because it's 18 years ago, but it would have been 15 from the first... What, it would have been 2002? Oh yeah, no, Bad's pockets are definitely full of lollipops. But yeah, it would be like 2002, so I guess disposable cameras would still be, or like instant photos that instantly develop pictures would still be slightly new, I guess. No way. Sounds pretty convenient. Now then, I'd better get my facts straight and take down some notes of my own. There's something in this picture that contradicts with the crime scene. I'll need to call on my powers of deduction to figure out why.
Kitty cat? That's my chair.
Okay. Well, I want to look at... What is contradicting here? I'm blind, so I can't see the contradiction, but let's do some simple logic. Sound of something breaking, broken stand. Easy peasy. The stand broke and the ship collapsed with it. And the loud sound it made brought Miss Bound running. Yeah, said the ship had already keeled over by the time she got in here. But why did the stand collapse? What caused it to break?
Kitty? Are you being a silly kitty and trying to step on the computer? Do you want to play Ace Attorney? Do you want to be a lawyer?
Maybe the whole thing was off balance from the get-go? Could that really have been the case? Blunt force trauma, damage creation, why did it break? It's early in the case, we can get something wrong. Hey! Nope, we never get things wrong. Ignore all of last case. All of Mr. Tangro's creations are missing a little piece each, including one of the stands that was holding up the ship. Somebody really went all out. Do you think it could have been the killer? It's certainly a possibility. Either way, I think we can safely say the stand was damaged in our mystery person's tampering spree. And when it broke, the ship fell and smashed open with the treasure chest.
Hi.
Yep, we're pulling full out Logan for this one. No, none of the other sides. They can all take a step back for a second, which would have remained closed otherwise. Okay, we just have blunt force trauma. It's just blunt force trauma. This is a fine selection of nautical paraphernalia. You think one of them could be the murder weapon? No, they're all made out of chocolate. You'd have a hard time bludgeoning somebody to death with one of them. Try me. I will prove you wrong. Can't tell what's real in here. They really do look genuine. I can hardly tell the difference myself. Bite everything. That's what I'm hearing. You should just bite everything. Finally, my autism can be real and I can just bite everything. Finally, I have an excuse to just nibble on everything. Autism be damned. Well, the autism is asking for this, so it's not autism be damned. I won't make Sanderside references often, but I will make them occasionally. Gotta occasionally break out a Sanderside's reference. A true testament of Mr. Tangaro's skill. Um... I don't know what we're missing. It's really rather impressive making an entire ship out of chocolate. That's Samson Tankero for you. Don't you just want to take a big bite out of it? Which part to bite first, though? That's the real head scratcher, you know?
Bite any part of it, kid. You'll be off the crime scene so fast your head will spin. Hey, it was just a joke. Stop staring at me like that.
I do sometimes wish Eddie could keep his cool a little better. What are we... Broken piece there. Coin thing there. Oh, where's the blood?
Oh, I guess... I guess they took the blood with them. What is deduction worthy then? Okay, wait. I'm gonna look at other stuff in the room. Tell me what's deduction worthy while I look at other stuff.
There's some very tasteful tableware here, along with some kitchen utensils. This tea set is of the same design as the one Miss Bounce served us with earlier.
You think Samson could have been drinking tea out of that? The pot and cup were dusted for prints. His were the only ones they found.
And was that the case for the utensils too?
Everything else has been washed, so there weren't any prints to find.
And if Mr. Tangaro was wearing gloves while he was working on his confectionaries, that could explain why his prints were only found on the teapot and cup.
Ooh, wait, can I deduct on this and say... Nope. Okay. Alright, so I just have to figure out what's deduction worthy here. Does the game want me to point out that the floor is missing? That feels stupid. Alright. Ah, I didn't mean to re-examine it. Alright, I guess.
Eureka!
I mean, it's implied, but fine, I guess.
You said the only thing that had been removed from the scene is the body?
Yeah. That and the piece of cloth it was wrapped in.
And then something here doesn't quite add up.
Alright. Alright, I guess.
It doesn't. Take another look at the scene in front of us, detective. A very conspicuous pool of blood that should be here is clearly missing.
Right. Don't remember anybody mentioning they removed the blood along with the body. Let me check with forensics. What is it, Mr. E? What did you figure out? Compare the treasure chest in the photographs to the real thing. Every time Eddie calls Gregory Mr. E, My brain literally just sinks back to Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, Mr. E. I'm not sure if that's just because I watched so much Mystery Incorporated as a kid that it's just ingrained in my head, or it's because I rewatched a ton of it while sick and it's still ingrained in my head. But every time I just think of Mr. E from Mystery Incorporated. In the picture, the solid chocolate bottom continues underneath the deceased's head. And yet, that part of the chest is now gone. The part with the blood all over it? Exactly. So did the police remove it? Or perhaps the killer? I ate at it. I'm sorry, but I ate at it. It looked so tasty, so I ate at it. It wasn't forensics. They're saying nobody took anything like that away. Interesting. So somebody deliberately removed the blood from the scene? Mystery Incorporated was definitely a trip. It was a great trip, but it was definitely a trip. Could be. Alright, we updated our notes. Oh wait, there's still more here.
Well, then why are you still telling me I can touch you did it?
Yeah, no, sorry, oh wow, we can go over. Sorry, Detective Bad, we just aided at it. We aided at it for fondue night. It's titled Voyage of the Red Rover. After sailing the seven seas, the legendary ship happened upon a great treasure at last. This piece is a tribute to the adventurous spirit of our ancestors. Who knew? So they sailed 6 whole seas before they found anything? Not exactly the luckiest crew out there. Sometimes you gotta take a bunch of wrong turns before you find the truth. That's what being a real detective is all about. Did they even have detectives back in those days? Okay, now I can be done poking it. What are you investigating, officer? Sir, I was just taking the temperature of the water here. And what have you learned? Oh, it's warm, sir. The stream in each room flows into the main fountain, and then the water circulates back into the rooms. Unusual, to say the least. I've never seen quite a house like this one. Rich folks, they're all crazy. That was it! We really had to find out the water was warm. I think we're about done here for now. Well, if I wasn't convinced before, I am now. Tangrowth did it. No two ways about it. What do you mean? All the rooms in this place locked from the inside. The only way to unlock them from the outside is with this key. I see. And who had access to that key? Who do you think? Tangrowth. And it's the only one. There aren't any copies that you know of. With the mansion key, Tangrowth could slip into anybody else's room anytime he liked. And he could even lock his own room from the outside if he wanted. But Mr. Tangrowth's room wasn't locked, was it? Nope. Which is exactly what makes him a suspect. Would you care to explain your thinking? Alright. Let's cross-examine Detective Bad. I'd like to examine Detective Bad in other ways, but I'll settle for cross-examination. The door had been locked when the body was found. If the door had been locked when the body was found, Tangrowth would have been the obvious suspect, which is why he deliberately didn't lock his room. And why he smashed the lid in the treasure chest so the body was on full display. Everyone else was supposed to gather in his room when the judging finished up. So we made it look like the murder happened while he wasn't there. The one thing he didn't plan on was found finding the body. Anyways, that's my thinking on the whole thing. Good enough for you, Mr. Attorney? Yeah, no, being simultaneously ace and like a huge simp, I toe a very fine line. And that line can be crossed very easily when it comes to most specific characters. That's my asexuality is the entire spectrum. We're both Gremlin. You and me are both in the boat that just fell on this treasure chest that had the dead body in it, and it's that the boat the boat crashing seems to be the most accurate description of this ever. Do you also believe it was Mr. Tangro who damaged the other pieces in the room? Yep. I know you have to believe your client. That's your job. But I'm a detective and I serve the law. And no matter how squeaky clean somebody might seem, suspect is still a suspect. I fully understand your reasoning, detective. Now, would you mind if I applied a little critical thinking of my own? Damn! Dude, that's such a great roast. Do your worst. Just as a detective won't compromise his devotion to the law, I won't compromise my beliefs either. And I'm not about to just accept his version of events and facts. I'm going to show him the pieces of evidence that highlight the contradictions in his claims. Alright. I'm going to get a drink of water, and then we will continue this cross-examination. Right. Right, if the door had been locked when the body was found, Tangro would have been the obvious suspect. Also, I think once we wrap up this cross-examination section, we're gonna call it for the night. And then tomorrow, we're gonna retry streaming Honkai Star Rail. Now that I think updating my computer fixed my stream problems. Because I would like to finally finish Amphorus. Whichever one it is. But yeah, let's cross-examine this man. He smashed the lid of the treasure chest. I mean, no, it's because it fell, didn't it? Okay. Hi, kitty.
Oh, my kitty is being ridiculous. Everyone was supposed to gather in his room when the judging finished up, so he made it look like the murder happened while he wasn't there.
Okay,
Hold it!
You're saying Mr. Tangro himself deliberately smashed the treasure chest open? Yep. If he hadn't, the body would have never been found. I struggle to see how he managed to destroy his creation while judging the contest at the same time. Exactly. And besides, there's no way he would have disrespected his sweets. He eats every last crumb on Bacon Bop while dancing. That's the only way his stuff gets destroyed. This isn't about what happened on TV, kid. You know about Bacon Bop, detective? Am I the only one who isn't familiar with this show? Gregory, you're old. Wait, how old is Bad in this case? Jesus Christ. Wow. That's hilarious. Wow. Wow, Mr. Gusto does not look 36. How are all three of these guys in their 30s? And Bad is 42. Wow, Judy is 16? As a child. As a literal child. Wow. I never would have guessed. Can you sing the theme song too? Never mind that now. Focus. Oh, he totally can. The point is this. Tangra was responsible for breaking the lid. Yeah, no, Judy is a literal child. Yeah, Ace Attorney game, please be so careful with how we treat Judy for the rest of this case, please. I'm already vaguely uncomfortable, but let's not make it any worse. It's all still wholesome and innocent right now. Let's keep it that way. Be so fucking careful.
Objection!
We've established that the body was hidden inside the chest, and that Miss Bound only came running into this room when she heard a sound. It seems reasonable to infer that the sound was that of the chocolate boat collapsing. Sure. Seems likely based on evidence. Yeah, the fact that it is vaguely uncomfortable. It's still technically all wholesome. Please keep it that way. Game, be so fucking careful with how you proceed with Judy. And yet you assert that it was Mr. Tangro who had smashed the lid of the chest. I believe this photo makes it clear that it was the ship that did the smashing. There's a joke to be made there. I'm not going to make it, but there's definitely a joke to be made there. And if that had occurred only moments before Miss Bound had entered the room, then it couldn't have been broken by Mr. Tangro, who was out judging the contest at the time. I never said he did it then and there. He could have done something to the stand, so it collapsed when he was in the middle of judging.
Objection!
Have you any way of proving that assertion? Nope. But the investigation isn't over yet. There's still time. So he doesn't have anything conclusive. Have you found any prints in this room besides those of Mr. Tangro? Yep. On the door. But we found Tangro and Frost's prints on there, too. You were all brought in here for a briefing right before we started work on our creations. Those prints are probably from then. I take it you haven't checked any of Mr. Tangro's works for prints yet? Why would? We know that somebody tampered with them. Therefore, it's possible they left some prints behind when they did so. Fine. But if we don't find anything, your guy's still top of my list. Got it? You! Check all this chocolate stuff for prints. Now. Yes, sir. Right away. Detective Bad. We finished dusting the chocolate and we found prints that don't belong to Mr. Tangro, sir. Go on. Who? Dahlia Scone, sir. She's one of the contestants. Good work. You can go back to whatever you were investigating before.
Yes, sir. So it seems we have a suspect besides Mr. Tango. Even without your lawyerly input, wasn't able to wrap up the investigation anyway. I'll go speak to Miss Scone and see what she has to say for herself. Delia Scone. Mr. Gusto mentioned her too. He said that she was ruthless and that she did anything to win. This Scone lady sounds pretty suspicious. Like a pretty suspicious character, huh, Mr. E? Yeah. Yes. I think we better try to speak with her ourselves as well. Detective Bad, would you mind if we accompanied you? Babysitting you is not my job. Oh, come on. But I guess you did pick up a couple of useful clues already. So if you want to tag along, be my guest. Thank you, Detective. You're too kind. But Detective Bad, sir! I don't think that's such a good idea. The lead prosecutor is still busy in there. It'll be fine. Me and him don't exactly see eye to eye anyhow. Who is this him? Whom they assigned to the case? Manfred von Karma. What? They gave it to von Karma? He hasn't lost a case in 25 years. Manfred von Karma, a living legend over at the prosecutor's office. We've never faced one another in the courtroom, but I've heard plenty of stories. They say he'll do anything to ensure a guilty verdict. But I can't let that distract me. For now, I need only continue to do what I believe is right. Hey, we hit our first to be continued. All right, this is the perfect stopping place. All right, that will be our wrap for tonight. We will meet Miss Scone and Manfred von Karma next time. As I said, tomorrow is going to be Honkai Star Rail. I'm going to then take Wednesday off, and then Thursday we will jump back into Ace Attorney. So, good night. Yeah, this was really fun. I did, despite my frustrations, I liked case 2. I am liking this case so far. I love myself both Gregory Edgeworth and Detective Bad. So yeah, it's very fun so far. Thank you for all hanging out. Thank you for having fun and allowing me to have fun. Thank you for helping me